What's up everyone, my name is Vitaly, and in this short video I'll be giving you a Pinterest beginner guide, basically a crash course on what Pinterest is, how it works, and how to use it to help you succeed online. Pinterest is really an image-based search engine where if you go into the Pinterest area itself and you type in a keyword on something that you're interested in, you're going to get visual images which are called pins that pop up directly for your search. So for example, a great way to look at it is if I go into Google and I type in something like, national parks in the US, something that I'm personally interested in, I'm going to get search results on that keyword. Now if I were to go into Pinterest and I would say something like national parks and I would hit enter, Pinterest is going to provide me with a list of pins which are images that are all based on the subject of national parks. So there's Utah National Parks, there's 63 national parks here, and these different pins are associated with different accounts of people who made these images to pop up before me. Now, the potential behind Pinterest is that it's a search engine that actually has, at least according to Google, over 1 billion monthly searches since December of 2023, and that's over a year ago. And this is a search engine that is growing. And so the idea and the potential behind Pinterest is that if you can correctly utilize this search engine to create images, pins, that get a lot of viewers, a lot of people clicking on those pins, you can actually link them to your website, get more visitors to your website, and as a result, make more money. There's a lot of people that use Pinterest to actually make a side income or even a full-time income. I know people that make hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands every single month just from the traffic that they get from Pinterest. In my particular case, I'm currently working my way up to that level. I'm in the first tier, if you want to think about it, where I make a couple of hundred every single month from Pinterest. So I basically have a Pinterest page. Here's my account over here, and basically I create pins on different subjects related to a website that I run, which is called The Nature Seeker. Now, my goal with Pinterest is to get as many people as I possibly can from Pinterest, from Google, from Bing, from other places to my website. And one of the reasons why is because my website has a lot of subject matter on different outdoorsy things. National parks, popular hikes, popular destinations that are nature related, and so on and so forth. And each of the articles that I create actually have a lot of ads on them, which are associated with an ad company that pays me. So the more visitors that I get to my website, the more money I can make. So whether I get a lot of people from Pinterest or from some other traffic source, the more visitors I can get, the more money I can make. Here's an ad right here, here's an ad right here, and it's associated with this place called Mediavine. And here are some of my earnings that I've been making monthly. Now, the thing about this is that it does fluctuate, but I am building it up so that it makes thousands. And so this is something that I've experienced before, but I've had up and down swings. But one of the things that I'm doing is I'm focusing a lot on Pinterest, and I've learned a lot about this place. Here's actually an example of some of my overview of what I've been doing. So since last year, what we're looking at here is an analytics report in Pinterest. And what this tells you is how well your pins are doing, how many people are viewing them, how many clicks they're getting, how many people are visiting from Pinterest to your website. And for the last one, how many people are visiting from Pinterest to your website. This is known as outbound clicks. And so if we look at a performance from January 1st of last year till today, which is a little over a year, I've gotten 27,000 outbound clicks. And this is something that's actually been increasing. So every single day I am getting visitors from Pinterest. Now so far it's over 100 in these cases, but my goal is to have that be over 1,000 every day. And so the idea here is that the more people I can get from Pinterest, like I was saying before, the more money I can make with the ad revenue that people will, when they land on the site, these ads load up for them. Mediavine, the program that puts these ads on my site, sees that, and so they pay me more. And so with Pinterest, the goal that I'm going for right now is trying to get at least 50,000 people a month to visit my site, because that would equal to about $1,500 in ad revenue that this website would make. Now, before I go any further with Pinterest and all of this kind of stuff, I just want to say that if you're enjoying this video, you're welcome to ask me questions. You're welcome to see my other videos on the subject of Pinterest. This video is really just a crash course, but I do have a lot more comprehensive stuff on Pinterest because over the past few months, I've really been getting deep into the subject of things things like SEO in Pinterest, optimizing pins, making beautiful ones, and my results have really been growing as a result of all of that. And so you're welcome to check that out. I'll leave some links below this video to help you do that. But one of the things I will also leave a link to is a free course that I created that teaches you the subject of how to make money online. Besides Pinterest and driving visitors from it, I do also do online business for a living. I do things like affiliate marketing, I do YouTube stuff, I do paid ads online, email marketing. I just have a wide range of experience, and Pinterest is kind of like the new branch of this subject matter that I'm adding to my Rolodex of expertise, basically. And so here's actually some of my stats in this business over here. I showed you some regarding that, and I do this for a living, and I basically created a free beginner course that teaches you the fundamentals of this stuff. So if you're new, you're struggling to making money online, you need some help with this stuff, check that course out. It's free. It'll teach you the baseline knowledge that you need to get started with all of this. But besides that, getting back into the subject of Pinterest, in order to succeed with Pinterest, you first have to have some sort of visual topic or a niche that you create an account on. In my personal case, I created one on the subject of nature. I do have a website on it, and it was just a natural thing for me to create a Pinterest account that creates nature content to link back to this blog, and that's what most people do on Pinterest, that is. And so when I create content on Pinterest, my goal is to have that content, which are pins, to show up for popular search terms related to my niche. So I have subject matter on, let's say, the Oregon coast, which is a popular travel destination. I will make Oregon coast. I have an article on my website on the Oregon coast on this website. So I'll make pins that show beautiful images of the Oregon coast and link back to my website. My goal with the Oregon coast pins that I create is to make them show up for popular search terms. So if people are in Pinterest and they're typing in things like Oregon coast or whatever keywords pop up over here, Oregon coast aesthetic travel, some of these are irrelevant, but Oregon coast and Oregon travel I would say are the most relevant here. But my goal is to make the pins that I create show up as high as possible in the search results on Pinterest. So if someone is looking for, let's say, national parks, the pins that pop up are actually in hierarchical order from left to right. So these are the more popular ones. And the more your pins can appear for popular keywords that people look up on Pinterest, the more clicks that they can get, the more exposure, the more clicks from Pinterest to your website, and that's essentially how you succeed with Pinterest. I have a detailed guide that explains the process of what we call Pinterest SEO that I will also leave a link to below this video. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what most people are trying to do. On a daily basis, I try to create at least 10 or more pins in Pinterest for, let's say, the Oregon coast or for national park articles, for whatever kind of content I have on my Nature Seeker website. I will create corresponding pins that link to those corresponding blog posts so I can get more and more traffic. Here's actually an inside look into my Pinterest account, which is called the Nature Seeker. What happens is that these are images that I literally created within the last few days. Now, if we keep going further and further down, you'll notice that these numbers pop up more and more readily. And these are pins that basically, the longer the time goes on, the more they do what's known as marinate through the Pinterest search engine. So Pinterest studies them. They put them up on the search engine according to whatever keywords I put in. So for example, best things to do in Page Arizona, if somebody types in Page Arizona in Pinterest, the goal is for this pin to pop up as high as possible. So, or somebody types in hikes in Utah, this pin hopefully will pop up for them. And this is what I've been doing on a daily basis every single day. And in terms of results, they are slowly growing again. I've really recently been diving deep into the subject of Pinterest SEO, and this has been around like this time, and this is where things started to go up again. Before that, I was just creating a lot of pins, not so much with a lot of SEO direction, but I was getting very limited results, but now they're getting way and way better. So Pinterest has a lot of potential. This is a new pin that I have over here that I'll be publishing right after I upload this video. But the point being is that when you create pins on Pinterest, they have to be targeted to some kind of subject matter that's popular. So in my case, it's very popular nature destinations, but it could also be other subject matter, maybe scenic train rides, maybe some kind of home improvement stuff. Pinterest is a very visual search engine, so it's very likely that you'll see images that are based on, beautiful gardening or, home improvement, nature, hikes, travel stuff, aesthetic stuff, people wearing like different kinds of clothing. Fashion is very popular on Pinterest. And so succeeding in Pinterest is essentially choosing one of these niches that I just mentioned or something similar within those spheres, creating pins on that subject, linking it back to your website, and doing the right things to make those pins stand out, get the most exposure so you can get the most clicks from Pinterest to your website, from which you can then make money from. That, in a nutshell, is how Pinterest works, how you can use it, and how it can really, really be a great source of traffic and revenue for your online business overall. Now, one thing I will additionally add is that when you create pins, you can also save them into what's known as boards. So here are saved boards that I created, and basically these boards are basically a way of organizing pins, because if I'm creating hundreds, if not thousands, of different pins on different kinds of subject matter, some of them are going to be related, which I can organize into a board, and some of them are going to be related, which I can organize into another board. So if I go into one called, for example, let me show you, like Arches National Park. All of the pins that I have here are talking about the subject of Arches National Park. I wouldn't want to put this into some kind of other board. I want people to see the organization, and people can also share these pins, and that's another huge benefit of the Pinterest search engine. So not only are you trying to make pins to show up for popular keyword searches that people do, but you're also trying to make beautiful pins so people can save them. It's also like a sharing social media network as well, because other people people can see other people's accounts and visit them, and if they see beautiful pictures and one of them is yours, which they reshared on their account, you can get more clicks, more exposure, and just basically more success overall. So that is how Pinterest works. I hope that this video was helpful. Again, I don't want to dive into all the details because this video would be well over an hour long if I did, but I hope that this gave you the baseline understanding of what Pinterest is, how it works, and how to succeed with it. Of course, you're welcome to ask me any questions that you want in the comments section below. But other than that, like I was saying earlier, I will be including some links in the description of this video, one of which will be a link to a free course that I created that teaches you what I know about making money online. It's a crash course that teaches you the fundamentals, the baseline stuff to help you understand how this all works, get started with it, whether it be with Pinterest, Google, setting up a website, making money online, affiliate marketing. It teaches you all of that. So I highly recommend you check that out. It's free. It's very beginner friendly. So thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.